I'm Greg Zanis, inventor of DreamCar123.com. It started out with one drawing in 1954, if you remember this drawing here, and eventually, before the Dream Car was built, I ended up with 110 drawings. Some of these drawings are for the structure, and a lot of these drawings are for the electrical. Some of these are component drawings, for example, the controller and the wheels and the hubs. So I'd like to review you through some of these drawings kind of quickly here. These drawings here are the new steering system. This is a joy bar here. And what it does is, see this, the part sticking up, it will start going back and forth and slide right and left. This is also the joy bar. There will not be a steering wheel in the final version of the car. And this is another drawing of the joy bar. If you see here, it's spring-loaded on both sides, and it's got two levers up. You just push the levers forward to accelerate and pull them back to stop it. Here's another drawing of the joystick, but in place. So it's anchored at both sides of the car. You're sitting approximately right here, and your feet will go under it. It's about 2 foot wide. And what it does, again, is this stick goes forward, or you can squeeze this bar and roll it forward to go forward, and pull it back to stop, and pull it a little back further to go in reverse. If you see on both sides, it's spring-loaded, so to get the car to turn, you simply move it right and left, back and forth, and that's how the car turns. These are details of the control, and if you notice here, this is in an up position, to the left, to the left, to the left, to the right, to the right, to the right. This is showing you the control. This drawing here shows the butterfly switch, and we'll show you that in some other parts, and the solenoid. Now here's some more drawings, and I'd just like to talk about different ones. This is the drawing of the seat in the center of the car. These are the neon lights that light the body, and these are the neon lights that light the body. These are the 3 body sections and how they're placed. And then again, over here is how the top of the framing is above the car frame itself. This is a detail of the seat, trying to get a man to sit in the seat. Now from this drawing, go back to this drawing, and we're trying to set the man up so he sits in the seat properly. Over here is another drawing of the seat. Here's another drawing of the seat, and here's another drawing of the seat. So what we're doing is we're figuring out how a man sits in the car. Now this is a photograph, but it's also turned back into a drawing of Gregory driving the car. And this is the final product. His head is back against the back. He's got plenty of space in front of the car. Over here are some more drawings. And these drawings here are different parts of the frame itself. So the frame is listed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. That's the amount of pieces that it takes to build the frame. This is another detail of the frame itself. And then this drawing is showing the outside plexiglass around the bumper. Every one of these drawings has a purpose. This is the front steering mechanism of the car, and these are the individual components of the steering in the front of the car. Right here is also the front steering of the car and the braces that hold it up. These are the shock absorbers, and this is another version of the same thing. Exactly, here's the leaf springs here. And over here is the wheel configuration and the subframe for this car. And with that, there's a rear axle, and it's showing the leaf springs that are holding it in place. And here is the rear axle also. This drawing is the front axle, and this drawing here is the rear axle, and then this drawing is placing the wheels and starting to allow space for the battery and where the steering column is going to go. These four actually are conceptual drawings before the car was actually built. And then up here again, this is a detail of one of the rollers right there, you see it, that will protect the car so it'll be able to go alongside an embankment or in and out of the tunnel. This again is the butterfly switch, and over here are some drawings of course, the body separately and the nose cone. Here's another drawing. This actually is a photograph of the frame, and it shows the substructure before the nose cone is placed in place. Here's another drawing just to give us a feeling of the car that shows the body, and it shows how the cockpit will open. These two drawings here show the motor and the slot for the motors. There's a slot here and a slot here, and then here's the wheel and the motor, and here's two flat plates that bolt. These 4 bolts here and 4 bolts here to bolt the motor into place. This is almost the same one, but it's showing the motor in the hole, and here's the 4 bolts and here's the 4 bolts. 8 bolts, you'll be able to take this car apart. Over here are the component parts for the bottom of the nose cone. This is a body where this part here will match onto this part here. This drawing down here is the car popping out of the tunnel. And then this drawing here is the bottom plate of the car. It's a solid steel piece. It will probably be built with 2 pieces, but we're showing it in the drawing in theory. This right here is the side protecting bars and the cage all the way around here. When the car is actually built, this will be 4-inch tube steel, and it's also showing the hinging to allow the flaps to open up. Right here is the other bottom piece, and here is how it bends up here and here. Here is also the bottom piece showing the 4 holes in it. This is the bottom piece too, showing the 4 holes in the corner of the complete unit. Right here is a detail of the front hatch closing and with the nose cone, and this is a detail of the nose cone itself. Over here again is the nose cone, but the difference is we're including the airbag and the plexiglass on the outside of it, and it's a steel cage all the way around here. This is a slot in the front and the handle where it shuts down. Over here are a type of rollers that can go on the outside of the car, so it will be totally protected. We decided against that on that drawing and went to this one where the wheel is sticking out, and this will be the rear of the car, the red neon showing the rear of the car. Up here again are the components of the bottom body. So this will be my I-beam all the way around. This will be the piece that I showed you in the other drawing, and this piece that go up on the bottom, and this is the bottom plate. This is also the bottom and the frame of the bottom, and this is a frame without the framing in it, and here's the first protective member. These are the cars, and adding the wheels to see how they're going to fit in here and here and here. And here now we're going to show you the car itself in a more detailed drawing. You can see it's 7'6" long and 72 inches tall right here. And here's the parts, 13 inches off the ground, a 12-inch steel I-beam bumper, 24 inches from the body to the top. Now this is 24 in every direction. It's also 24 from here to here, and it's 24 up. The nose cone is 42 by 42. And this is just some of the 100 drawings that we have, and I'd like to talk to you more. And I'm Greg Zanas, inventor